think we're feeling confident. Obviously, having a big win against Melbourne Victory helps going into another big game against City. So yeah, good week of training underneath us, and we're ready for it.
How much confidence do you take into one of those games when you're going into next?
I think a lot. I mean, we've done really well this season. We've obviously had 2 blips, but we're confident in what we do. And yeah, when we wear this badge, we know a lot of expectation is there, but we're ready to take on that pressure and keep going. And we've got big goals for this season, and this is just one step.
And given where both sides are on the ladder, do you think much actually separates?
I don't think very much separates us, to be honest. I think obviously we've had some games postponed, so there's a little bit of, I think some of the other teams above us have games in hand. But in terms of quality, I mean, it's going to be a very entertaining match, and this is obviously my first time playing City, but from what I've seen, I think it's going to be a really good matchup, kind of just like Victory was, a very exciting match, but hopefully you can keep a clean sheet and score some goals.
What is that like going into a game where you haven't played them before, but you've got ladies around you that have? How much do you draw on the teammates?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely listen to them and the history there, so that gets me a little bit riled up, even though I maybe haven't necessarily actually experienced it for myself. But at the end of the day, we see them above us on the table, and we want to be on top and have everyone looking at us, so it doesn't really affect me that much. They're just an opponent, and I'm obviously going to try to win and do everything I can for Sydney.
Is there anything specific that you've been working on in training this week to prepare for the games?
Not anything specific. Obviously, we have to do some tactical adjustments just depending on who you're playing. And so I think City plays a 3-5-2, so we haven't encountered a team that's played that this season. So it's more like minor adjustments, but we're not going to fundamentally change who we are. We believe in like what we do in our style. So we'll continue to do what we do best, and then obviously make the necessary adjustments that we see fit.
Mike, 2GB.
Hey Madison.
Hi.
You've been here for a couple of months now, and you've had a pretty good start to your career here. I think 6 goals from 7 starts. You must be loving life down in Australia.
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, I'm glad that I can keep helping the team and contributing in any way I can. And yeah, so it's been a nice run, and hoping to keep that up and keep scoring some more goals.
And I understand you come from a bit of NFL family royalty. Your old man, 5 Super Bowl rings. He must be pretty happy to see Tom Brady giving it up.
If only he had given it up a couple years ago. We've been hoping that he'd give it up after he tied my dad. But yeah, it's good to see that he's retired again. Obviously, he's had an amazing career, but we'll see if this retirement sticks because it didn't last time. But yeah, all congrats to him.
Just one more, just back on the football. Obviously, you guys don't get to play every game at Allianz. Tomorrow's a double-header with the men's side. Is that exciting for you guys when you get to play a bigger stadium, bigger crowd? Yeah, of course. And Allianz is such a beautiful stadium, and we get such great support there. So it's always exciting for us when we get to have a double-header with the men. And it's also exciting for the fans to get 180 minutes of soccer. So I think it's a win-win for the team and the fans as well.
Just a quick one from me, Maddie, but I'll ask you to face forward when you answer it.
Okay.
Obviously, the Matilda squad was announced yesterday. Courtney's in it from the Sydney FC point of view. Still 3 months, I think now, or maybe a little bit longer for the World Cup. Do you see any of your Sydney FC teammates making a possible late charge for selection in that?
I mean, I'm extremely biased. I would probably put 5 or 6 girls in our team into the Matilda squad right now, but most definitely, obviously, Princess Abini with the hat trick last match. I mean, I think she's had a really strong start to the season. Mackenzie Hawkesby, I mean, she's such a workhorse in the midfield and does so much for us, even when it's not maybe represented on the stats sheet. Also, Nat Tobin, Charlotte McLean. I mean, I could keep going. But yeah, I hope that all these girls will get a chance, and we're obviously going to do everything we can as a club to keep pushing in the league and hopefully get more and more attention on them.
Can I just ask one more? Just on the heat tomorrow, it's meant to be a really hot day. Does that bother you at all?
Not me. I'm from Texas, so it's quite hot there. So I honestly haven't found any of the days here that hot. So I'm pretty used to that, but we'll be ready. I mean, it's going to be hot for both teams, so it's not really an excuse. We'll come hydrated and ready to compete regardless of the weather.